What's up, everybody? What's up, MGTOW? So this video is gonna be a response to English Dave in his video Bitter and Twisted, and also a clarification on my videos Women Play No Role in Sexual Selection and bullshit. Now, a few people have left comments, and English Dave made some comments in his video Bitter and Twisted about the Women Play No Role in Sexual Selection, and English Dave had said that the video Women Play No Role in Sexual Selection and bullshit were contradictory in some way. And I don't think that they are contradictory, because both videos are pointing to the fact that male physical power plays a huge role in sexual selection, and much bigger of a role than female choice. Now, yeah, of course, in modern society, women choose to an extent who they date, who they're with, but their choices are limited by male competition. Like, say for instance, a woman really wants to date some guy, just guy A, but guy A, let's say guy A works in a box factory, and he only gets paid $8 an hour. She may want to date him, but biologically, if she wants to have a family or children or anything like that, she can't date him. She just literally can't date him or marry him, because he doesn't earn enough money to support a family. So in that case, the only reason why guy A can't date woman A is because the other men in the society are out competing him. There's no other reason besides other men. And in the same vein, in the bullshit video, the only reason why guy B is getting cucked or whatever is because other men in the society have decided that mate guarding practices are illegal. So you can see how they're both related, because in both instances, it's the men in society that are deciding what effect or what choice the woman is going to have. It's not the woman. The woman has some choice. I give the example of, if you and your girl are going to watch a movie, right? You've decided that tonight we're going to watch a movie. Now, you might let her choose, between movie X and movie Y or movie Z, but you've already stated we're going to watch a movie. And if she says, oh, well, we're going to go out for a lobster dinner, and you tell her, well, no, we're not, because I'm not paying for that. So it's in that same context where, yeah, there's some choice, but and especially in the Women Playing No Role in Sexual Selection video, I was more referring to a natural state, because to me, at least being an anarchist, I don't believe in the authority of the government. Like, to me, the authority of the government is a religion. Like, because some guy is wearing a blue suit with a metal badge on it, it doesn't mean anything to me. He's just another guy that's walking around, and because of people's belief, it's a belief system, that he has some authority, that he's allowed to carry a gun around and shoot people. But in actuality, everybody is allowed to carry a gun around and shoot people. And that's why you see mass shootings and people getting shot all the time, especially in the United States and other countries where guns are readily available, because it's just a belief system that you're not allowed to shoot other people. But in reality, you can shoot other people. But then the other people that believe in the same system, which is an abstract concept, will then all team up on you in a group and put you in a box, or worse, or they'll just kill you. So that's the natural system. The natural system is mob rule, where if if you're person A and person B comes to take your wife, and then you shoot person B, then person C through 85 billion or whatever will come and put you in a box because they believe that you're not allowed to defend yourself and defend your wife. So therefore, when guy B comes to take your wife, let's say guy B is either richer than you or physically stronger than you, your wife is attracted to that through hypergamy, which is really a natural instinct. It's a no choice of her own. The same way that you don't have a choice in eating. Sure, you might choose McDonald's or Burger King, but you have to eat something or you'll die. Or I guess you can choose option C, which is to die. But since most people have a survival instinct, most people will choose either McDonald's or Burger King, but they don't have a choice of eating. And in that same way, the woman doesn't really have a choice of, she could either be with guy A, guy B, or she can be alone. And since, women can't actually survive on their own without massive support from the government and men, as we see in MGTOW, that, a lot of people are receiving welfare, especially women with children. And so you can see how, although women have an illusion of choice, the same way you're giving somebody the illusion of choice between watching movie A and watching movie B, but you've already decided that we're going to watch a movie. In that same way, nature decides certain things for you. And so, like I was saying back in the beginning of this video, women don't really have a choice in who they date when it comes to reproduction. They have to date a competitive man. So therefore, they don't really choose who they want to date. The society, the men competing in society, choose because, say for instance, you have a job that makes, $65,000 a year, and then some other guy has a job where he makes $20,000 a year. So even if the woman wanted to date the guy that makes $20,000 a year, she can't date him for a multitude of reasons: biological reasons, social pressure, media pressure. All these type of things are heavily influencing, we'll say, her decision as to who she's going to date. And that's why you don't see women dating homeless men, because, hey, who knows? There's probably some interesting homeless people out there that are charismatic and funny and witty and smart and, have every other quality that a woman's looking for besides money. And money comes from competing against other people in society, and namely men. So men competing against other men. So, and then in the instance where the majority of men in society decide that they're not going to employ you, no matter what your qualifications are, no matter what your skill level is, no matter how you talk, how you dress, if you come into a job interview with your head shaved, wearing a suit, or whatever, and you still can't get jobs because the majority of the men just have decided that, fuck you, basically. And there's enough competition already, and we don't like you. So we've decided that we're not even going to allow you to enter into the competition because of collectivism, because there's more of us than there is of you, because there's always more people that are not you than are you. And specifically men, because in a natural environment, the man would just have sex with the woman. There wouldn't be this question of, well, does she like guy A or does she like guy B? If guy A is the only guy there, then guy A has sex with the woman. If guy A and guy B are there, then guy A and guy B compete, and then whoever wins has sex with the woman. it's only in the society where there's a multitude of people with a belief system that women have the right to choose, in a sense. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't have a right to choose, but what I'm saying is that the entire framework of female choice is built upon the permission of men. So when someone's giving you permission to choose, I mean, where does their choice end and your choice begin? Because if they can revoke your right to choose or your ability to choose through force, then your ability to choose is really just an extension of their choice or their ability to allow you to choose, their choice to allow you to choose. So even in the instances where women choose, it's only because men have chosen to allow women to choose. Because we could set up a society, men could set up a society where, say, guy A is, top of the heap. And then guy A says, I want to date woman A, and if anybody else touches woman A, then you all get fucked up. And then in that instance, the woman would have no choice. And that is a physical reality that exists in this universe, where our society and social structure is very abstract and socially constructed. It is socially constructed because if you took away everybody else and it was just one man and one woman, and the man decided that he wanted to have sex with the woman would have very little to no choice in the matter. And that's due to sexual dimorphism. Now, this is kind of a different topic, but it's kind of also tangentially related, which if you look at the logical end of feminism's opposition to hypergamy, which, DDJ covered this recently, that now feminists are saying that if a man dates a woman that's shorter than him, that's considered rape. So you can see how they're trying to eliminate hypergamy from society, at least from a perspective of, men having more power and more authority than women. So if we take that to its logical conclusion and we allowed feminism to run its course to the point where the lowest paid woman earned more than the highest paid man, right? Now this is completely hypothetical because it's probably that will never happen because men are smarter and stronger than women on average. But let's just say feminism somehow figured out a way to get it to the point where the lowest paid woman earned more than the highest paid man. So therefore, no woman on Earth, let's say feminism spread across the entire planet, no woman on Earth was attracted to any man on Earth based on the financial situation. At what point would it be okay for men to actually use physical force against women if, let's say, no woman wants to have sex with any man, and therefore the entire species of humanity is going to die? Then would it ever be okay to use force against women to deny them their choice? Because, men do it to men all the time. Men are like hungry and they can't find suitable work to own property and all this other stuff. So men will use physical force against other men to stop them from surviving. But the idea of using physical force against women to continue the species is socially considered something that's like unapproachable. It's like, there's never an instance, even if the entire species was going to die because no woman wants to have sex with any man, it's still not okay to use force against women. Although it is okay to use force against men, because that's what capitalism is. You can pretend like you're not using force, but at the end of the day, money is backed up by force. Contracts are backed up by force. Everything is backed up by force, by threat of force from male strength. And that's the point that I'm kind of getting at in both of these videos. Because on the one hand, you have this illusion of female choice where in nature, men would just apply competition and then apply force to the woman. And in the case of the bullshit video, it's saying that the individual man is not allowed to apply force to another individual man from taking his wife. So to me at least, women's choice is another social construct, just like the government or police or the military. It's just something that people believe is true. And then because they believe it's true and enough people get together in a collective group and agree on a certain concept or abstract concept, like say for instance property rights or things like that, basically, that are abstract concepts that don't exist when there's only one person there because they're social constructs. These constructs have force behind them, and that's the only thing that's real in the situation. So the force is always being applied by men because women don't have the ability to apply physical force to men on average. Sure, there's some women that are bigger than men, but on average, in a sexually dimorphic species where the male is the dominant, then females don't have the ability to apply force to the males. Now, they could use other tricks and things like that, but whatever. We're not talking about that. We're talking about applying force. And force is the only thing that exists that has any real validity. So I think you kind of see more where I'm coming from on this. Like, again, I'm not saying that women shouldn't have the ability to choose their mate or anything like that, but I'm saying that the root of women's ability to choose is men granting women the ability to choose. So therefore, if you're granting somebody the ability to choose, they don't really have the ability on their own, and the situation could change. And I'm not saying that it should, but what I'm saying is that the ability that women have to choose is an illusory ability because it's only granted to them by men. And sure, you could say the same thing that stronger men are just granting weaker men the ability to choose too. But that's why, to me, I'd rather live in an anarchic society because I'm really just tired of the pretense that force is not being applied when force is being applied. And then some people are saying, well, you don't have the ability to apply force on an individual level, but on a collective level, we have the ability to apply force against you. So, and who's applying the force? Men. Men are applying force. Men are creating the weapons. Men are using the weapons. Men are the ones that are applying force. And so, therefore, women play no real role in sexual selection. And like I said, even in the instance where somebody's getting cucked, if people were allowed to apply force on an individual level, then that would probably, mitigate a lot of the situations in which these guys were either more financially or more physically capable men come and try to take somebody's wife. If a man was able to apply force on an individual level, those situations would exist far less. So, like I said, hope this clears things up a little bit. If not, just whatever, let me know or make a video, leave a comment, whatever. So, I'm going to get out of here with that. Have a good day and go MGTOW.